As you might have guessed, we made a little quick fix during our vacation. There we go. Put a Reinbeck there. RC stunt. RC scale championship. If you've never been here, it's just one of those wonderful scale shows, but they use it for models too. And we're only going to shoot a few minutes. Get off to our motel. This is the last day of our vacation. As a joke, part of the Teen Trails video, we put as if this was just to confuse people. We really are right back at your own. Some of these models are really big. Beautifully realistic. But it is a beautiful summer night. You're right. Unfortunately, this is the last day of our vacation, and we are back to the shop tomorrow. It's been a wonderful vacation. Very, very realistic. Very cool. The wife pleasantly enjoying this event.
How do we do frequent? Walk up and down. Look, you got no fire, no car. We're landing. What do you want?
Yeah, they look really realistic. They all come apart. They take it apart. and kind of. Oh, it's really good.
Gap in the trees down there.
That's where Mike put his plane through that gap in the tree.
Well,
on the other side of the road.
On the other side of the road. That's how the size of the
That's the whole gap.
when the wind's out of the south, I love it. I really think the land coming over the trees. There's trees on the
My
south.
buddy Larry Marshall was here.
What we were doing, we were
He called and I handed on.
see the shadow.
I landed once.
A couple of times.
I stand up there and you see your shadow coming up on the wall. Deal with this. I'm not doing that. I'd rather walk away with my airplane in my hip than keep it landed 12 foot.
Brings it over all the time.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me.
And winter front fly, he brings it over. And he came over the spring to fly in. At the end of the runway, well, I treat this one. He never
That's never done. I piled one in. I piled one in and
And you and Mr. Cool?
No.
I need
No. That's right. I'm walking down to go get it and somebody...
That's really perfect.
I have a full-size tank here that works. Of course, done with Brodak, full Brodak dope finish right from Muncie. Anyway, cool place. If you ever get a chance to come up to the Aerodrome here in Reinbeck, see the show, or to a modeling contest, a lot of fun.
What'd you ever do with the plane?
I remember years ago, Steve Busso's father used to be, I guess, in the super-sized models, whatever you call these. One of the champions, and we went to his motel room to look at the details on the model. It was unbelievable. Some of the cool hangars with some of the old planes in them.
Where do these come off?
Just found 2 more hangars with 2 more planes in them. Hey, cool. Let's go for a ride. You got the key? Oh, there's 2 of them in here. Look at this. Wow. Looks like it has the real engine in it too, not a some kind of replica. A gun sight.
Built in 1970.
Shock absorbing landing gear.
I'd like to have a thing out with the... What's that? Yeah. South of the airport, Kingston-on-Thames.
Really?
One of the ones that someone's flying today.
Here's one of the real old ones in the back. I guess they haven't taken a... No, not taken apart. Look at this. You know what's unbelievable? There's no doors on these hangars. You guys just leave this stuff here overnight. Pretty wild. It's a good thing they don't do this at Kennedy Airport. They'd come out and there'd be no planes in the morning. Look at the paint job on this one, Karen. That looks like something you do.
Looks like wallpaper.
Yeah. Pretty wild paint job. So much more to life.
Not a windy finish, though.
Some up dog fighting now. Look at this. Pleasantly over. There's nothing left to get back to the shop and catch up on the email and the work and carbon fiber gear and pipes and who knows. The last time we were shooting video, we wound up getting a gallon of this resin that's supposed to be used for making hard molds, and I've tried to make a bell crank hard mold from this. Did a little experimenting. I was not really happy with the way this worked out. This is not an epoxy-based resin, it's a polyester resin, and this is not going to be acceptable, but one of the things I'm constantly striving to try to make this stuff better. One of the things that, if you look back at, just as an idea, from some of the old rubber molds, and we're not going to put much of this on the tape because we're putting all of our bell crank information on a separate tape that all the subscribers will eventually get. But we want to do a thorough development. Now what I had thought about doing is using this kind of material, the polyester resin tooling material, but when I called Florida Glue Products, they suggested I use their orange tooling resin that they make specially for this, so I ordered a quart of it. As soon as we get that in the shop, we're going to see if their tooling resin makes a better imprint. Now this is the kind of stuff you learn the hard way. But in the prototype stage, I think it's always better to have rubber. You can just take a knife and change it. We changed the radius in here, we did other things. Once you have a hard mold, now grinding in here, you either need a Dremel tool, a milling machine, or something. It just gets harder to do. But when you get to doing production stuff, then a hard mold is really nice. Again, we're going to be working with that more in the near future. Let's go to the mailbox, see what came in today. Now I got another letter, and I know I've had several of these before, from Ian Russell. He's working on this Bob Palmer repair. This is Bob Palmer's original Thunderbird, and it looks like these might be the same set of pictures that he sent me the first time without realizing he sent me a set before, but I'll run these by just for his benefit. I'm going to see that he gets a copy of this tape. One of the things when you have an original piece of equipment like this is Bob Palmer's radial engine, whatever the history of this is. I know it was flown in England. The guy's there, and I've already sent him a set of Strager repair videos in the hope that that would help him. But this is the real thing. I really get a big thrill out of seeing, and I hope he's going to keep corresponding with me, because I've asked him to, as the repair goes on, take some pictures, and we obviously can use this, especially if he succeeds in getting the original paint. One of the things he's not going to be able to buy, obviously, is the original paint. But, hey, thankfully we have Brodak dope, and I'm sure the colors will be very close, especially the red. It looks like that'll be no trouble. Anyway, Bob Palmer, one of the legends of the event, one of the people that I don't even know how many things he gets credit for inventing, certainly plenty. And certainly, if this was one of my original models, I'd want to spend whatever time it took to repair it. Getting the silk span, that part is easy. Getting the wood to fit, that looks like a jigsaw puzzle. Luckily, the gear came off in one piece. And it looks like possibly if he, and just a thought here, since this has a radial cowl, just having a thought here while I'm coming back to this repair thing, it may be that he can take this original cowl out and get a good machinist with a buck can probably get out the dents, most of the dents, and possibly even take an impression of it. And I was thinking of a way we could mold up one of these. I'd be glad to do it for you, Ian. Get a molded cowl, and I know it's not going to be the original part, but then you could save this piece as a memento of the crash. Anyway, Ian, hey, I'm going to pass these on to Stunt News, see what Tom thinks. Another nice set of pictures here from John at Bobby Hall's Hobby. And he's making those real neat little Clevis deals. We have the address on a previous tape. I don't have the information right in front of me, but he did send a nice set of pictures. And just, I'll read the caption here as soon as I answer the phone. Back. And the phone has to ring right while I'm doing his photos. Anyway, I'll send these on the Stunt News. Let me read the caption. This is funny. My first big control line plane, Bob Gieske Bear Profile, 60 size with a slightly smaller wing and glider style wing. Notice these are like Miss Ashley's swept tips. Old ST60 Big Art muffler, Pro Stunt motor mounts, 2 coats of Brodak white, no clear, no clear. 60 ounces named Unbearable. Thank you for showing me how to build through your videos. John, trust me. You're an okay guy. I don't care what Bob Gieske says about you. That looks great, by the way. Now, he also sent in some of the funny pictures, and I love the funny one. Tom Farmer's Extra 300 take-apart plane. We've seen this at previous NAS. That's a beauty. Also, one of the things, this is really cool, Steve Moon. We don't know which, if Steve Moon is number 1 or number 2 of the Moon Boys. Well, who knows? These Moon Boys, there's 1, 2, 3, there may be 10 of them. But notice, now I know he knows I don't. He probably saw John DeTavio's Cardinal Sin, and look, he did a perfect job of copying a paint job. I take that as a tremendous compliment. Okay, now check this out. Steve Moon's ME 262 with retracts, 2 crest ducted fans. A little ambitious. Check out the wing. It looks like he's using a Lincoln log type of wing. And by the way, Mike has just brought into the shop what looks like a tombstone. It really isn't a tombstone. It's a marble top for our next building project. We're going to be starting to build our Mustang wing within a month or so. So please stay tuned. And boy, oh boy, not sure what we're going to do in terms of blocks. And I may get some of those from Tom even. But what's real nice about this construction method, look, he's got some kind of a nice straight table. ME 262. Now I hope these Moon Boys will keep us posted. Anyway, nice stuff in today's mail, I'll tell you. I get excited when I see so many people. Okay, now Paul Winter in England knows we're doing Mustangs this year, or some variation of who knows what we're doing. Anyway, he sent this Mustang book that's just loaded with these. When Adamusco sees this, flip-o-matic. There are some beautiful pictures in here. Anyway, this weekend we're going to be going up to Midgley's contest, and not Midgley, the Mass Cup is this weekend. Hope we're going to have good weather. We're in the middle of a hurricane right now, so we're kind of trying to tie up all the loose ends in the shop here. Look at these pictures. So even if you don't like Mustangs, I hope you're going to enjoy the next series of tapes. It seems like a lot of people are interested in Mustangs, and we're going to be starting on that probably within a month. I'm really not sure. We're going to be starting to cut ribs. I have wood ordered. Have a big supply of wood coming, and we'll go right from the cutting of the ribs to the last buffing out of the plane. And boy, if you make a Mustang, and hey, I just heard a cool thing about Al Rabe. Al Rabe was at a control line contest down in Texas. Boy, Al, I got to say this, Al, love your planes and everything, and I hope you get back into the hobby. More than anybody that's out of the hobby now, I would like to see you back in, because basically, I thought your planes were cool. Hey. The rest of it is all nonsense. All I'm interested in is the cool planes. I'm sure Adamusco is dreaming and drooling, and oh man, every time I get one of these Mustang books in the I can't sleep at night thinking about the next paint job. I mean, even ordinary stunt ships, and Billy Warwich and both Brian Kiefer even used this checkerboard treatment around a spinner effectively. And that at Midgley is an airbrush expert. I bought Midgley for his birthday a book on how to do airbrush cartooning. Maybe I can just get him to do it, but let him be the wall prey of the East Coast. Yeah, I know Banjock likes that. He likes that big shark mouth. Well, like a Spitfire, I don't know if I like Mustangs more than Spitfires, but I like them both. I know that. I like blondes and I like brunettes. Take them both. So what we're hoping for is over the winter that we'll really be able to come up with something truly special, truly unique, truly different. I remember John Hill had one of these early model Mustangs, probably based on a Raid Mustang, I'm not sure, but oh man. Always drool over these Mustangs. Look at that profile, I just love that profile. Especially nice since Dan Banjak has carved and threw a whole hand carving on this canopy. Wow, is that going to be a saving? And Dan, I will pay you the full commission for using your canopy mold. 0. And we'll make them available to everybody and cut you out of the commission. Yeah, if there ever was a year that I'm excited about the building season, I mean, we only have the Mass Cup and the Circle Burner meet left, and it's going to be building time. And we're already getting itchy. Got all our tune pipes cooking in the oven outside. It's time. It's getting to be that time. Billy Warwood's taking a flight here. Nice simple Mustang paint job. By the way, there is a Spitfire with exactly the same paint job. Same color. Looks like this. Maybe it's owned by, who knows? I don't even know. When you need these kind of pictures to get you inspired, get you cranking, because we're going to be doing I hope, a lot of building in the shop this winter. Hope it snows all winter. Hey, you want something unique? You say you're bored, here's an H model. Oh man. Well, even I'm not aware of. Obviously from the pointy rudder, it's an H. I guess we'll be reading more about that soon. But having a scale exhaust that exited right out the side of the fuselage like that, oh man, would that be cool. An old Drindak, eat your heart out. I haven't read this book yet, but I have a feeling I'm going to be reading this tonight instead of watching Sipowicz. There's a good name for a stunt ship, the Enforcer. Hey, I like it. See, what's nice at this point in time, we don't have any real firm plan about exactly what we're going to do. We just know it's going to be mostly based on a Mustang, and as we develop and build our library on Mustang stuff, who knows what's going to... That's how Strega developed. You really have to just go into it and find something that really turns you on. It's a nice one. I've always liked black, but black at the Circle Burner field, it disappears when it goes behind the trees. Look at the Sea Fury in the back. Knows I love roundels, I love British paint job, everything. British stuff always has a unique flavor. Things I always thought about doing is using basically Billy Warwood's P-47 and turning it into a Bearcat. I wonder how he'd feel about that. Bearcat, another great model. Oh man, still into this. One of the things that makes all these projects possible is the combination of the new Brodak dope, lightweight carbon parts, lightweight motors that are available that don't vibrate and make a lot of power. So many choices in modeling. We're living a wonderful time. Ghost Rider, that's a good name for a plane. So you get so many ideas from these books. I love having these books. And by the way, thank you very much, Paul, for the books. Ghost Rider.
guard paint scheme. I think part of the fun of Mustangs, or part of the thing that attracts me to them, is that each one has a personality, each one has a nickname, each one has a history. It's so cool. And obviously I want to thank everybody that contributed to our Spitfire program, which has now evolved into the Mustang program, or the something, I don't know. We're not sure, and that's part of the fun. Everyone's just a little bit different, like women. The one Karen likes, Dolly. Can you imagine? Sorry, Karen. We won't be modeling Dolly. You know Dollies. And that cuff in the wing, that very distinctive cuff. Daydreamer. Another good name for a plane. Always looking for a new name or some new trick thing to, like Midgley looking for cartooning to put out on a wing or whatever. Red invasion stripes. See, all I need to do during the building season is leave this part of the video playing over and over and over in a loop, so I don't lose my focus while I'm carving and sanding and molding and painting and buffing and whatever. Kind of like the checkerboard nose thing, and it would be totally appropriate. And this doesn't even count that Banjock and Palco are going to have their Mustangs done next year. No, it's just going to be a Mustang kind of year. Banjock, Palco, and Steve DeJulia, the matching What's Up Doc team. Like a camo job? There's a scale camo job. Kind of an unusual camo job too. The Dominican Republic is, I'm going to read this caption, is a poor country but proud to own Mustangs. Can't believe it, hey. I'm a poor guy, how come I don't have a Mustang? Maybe I got to go to the Dominican Republic to get the fly one. Look at this, it looks like they have 100 of them too. We have a whole 1-hour video on this exact airplane right here. Boy, this is fun to watch the guy flying from the cockpit, takeoff, landing. Video cameras are installed. Cool video, anybody wants to borrow it. This guy shot down some planes in World War II. Look at the little thing under the ridge runner, the little Hakuna Matata there. This little guy. Hakuna Matata. Anyway, this is a wonderful book from Paul Winter. Totally appreciated, Paul. Hey, and he's promised to send more stuff in the future. Hey, keep it coming, Paul. Never have too many books, boy. All during the Spitfire project, I just kept reading. But I am the world's greatest collector of Spitfire memorabilia, and I'll tell you, I love having it. And anytime you come down to shop and you just need some inspiration, pop in one of these books with full of Mustang pictures. Bingo, you're ready to sand. Anyway, this is the book. It's an Osprey Color Classics book, the P-51 Mustang. And boy, it is a good one. This is one I'm sure we're going to treasure, and boy, thanks to everybody, especially Bill Zimmer, Bill Zimmer sent a box of books. I still haven't looked at all of them. Thanks to everybody. Thanks for joining in. also in today's mail. Ultra Hobby Products. This is from John Grisby. Let me just, maybe I got his name wrong. Let's get the number up here. And obviously, you like a catalog, this is a good source of material. Has these clevises available that he gave me a free sample of, and they certainly look like something we could use in control line, even though I do my control systems a little differently. I'm sure an old Reinbeck has considered something like this, or if you're looking to experiment, might want to give him a call. The moon mounts. Aluminum motor mount pads can be drilled and tapped and used as interchangeable motor mounts. Simply mount the motor through the pads. The address again, moon mounts. Who has available the plans for Bob Gieske's, I guess it's Bob Gieske's Shaman, even though the Moon Brothers built it. Very similar to Bob's plane anyway. Unique looking tips they have. Looks like a very nicely drawn set of plans. And an unusual rudder here. I can picture how many guys are going to launch this plane. It's going to hook on their belt loop or their nose or something. Look at the tips on this. Pretty creative. And of course, the man we all love so much, Bob Gieske, the bear. Very much like his Nobler. Even shows the tip plates that he's been using. Anyway, a catalog worth having, a profile version with the fancy tips. And thanks to John for feeding us all this. We'll get these pictures off to Stunt News. You always have to wonder if all the time you put into a semi-scale project is worth the extra effort. Well, I don't know. You have to kind of decide that for yourself. But in my case, I've built about 7 or 8 of these that have some semblance of a real airplane, and I'm always kind of glad the time and energy I spent on them. I'm a big believer in making a mold for everything you do so you can replicate it. Years later, you can make another one. Now, we just got an order today. Somebody is building a Spitfire, so you see 2 molds are missing out of there. How hard is this going to be to just mold them up? A couple of shells. Frank McMillan also can mold shells off of his plugs, other people. See, once one person makes that mold, real easy, everybody can enjoy the benefits of it. It need not be just for one person. It's been 4 years since we made the original. Look at that, Spitfire bottom. Now, not only have we used the same mold to make, I guess, 8 or 10 people that have built Spitfires, we've made them the shells, but now Percy Atfield decides he wants to make 2 Spitfires. Well, instead of carving up thousands and thousands of sheets of blocks and everything, all we need to do is let some sudsy ammonia soak into this nice piece of wood. I was delayed in making these because the last batch of wood I got, there was really no real nice A grain. And what you need, again, you have never seen this on tape if you're one of the new guys. And some people wonder, why do you put the same thing on tape over and over again? Well, one of the reasons is you're constantly learning new tricks, new techniques. The other part of it is, a lot of people haven't seen the first 12 years we've been in business. They've missed only about 750 tapes, I think. I don't know. And it isn't a contest anyway. What it is once you have this mold carved and you know it's accurate, boy, now just think, right now try to find some of these blocks too in decent quality wood. And how much easier is this? A little sudsy ammonia, the old Ace bandage trick. Well, I know Frank McMillan, I know Al Rabe have all used this well before I did, but hey, I know Harold Price did too. He had similar things, making tops and bottoms for his plane for molds. But what it is now, you look at somebody who really wants to make a Spitfire, and one of the things that's real nice, hey, you don't have to go buy those blocks, you don't have to go broke buying them, you don't have to go crazy carving and sanding them. These shells will come in the mail ready to pop right on, or close to that anyway. And usually there's an amazing amount of variation. In other words, the same shell can be used for several different designs. And the turtle deck that we've used for the Spitfire, you can use on a Brodak Nobler also. You can use on a 52 green box Nobler. So, I hope you're timing this, because you go get that 4-inch block. 4-inch has to be whatever the size is, 1.5 inches. You start carving it, then you start hollowing it. When I get to the end of this wrap, I'm 99% done. Anyway, I've noticed one of the things I can do is just constantly squeeze this down for the next 5 or 10 minutes too, before I put it up by some fresh air so that ammonia kicks her up. Oh, I love breathing this ammonia in. Anyway, it's really better to do this outside, but it is raining. And I hear Mike out there, he's making a new table for us to work on our epoxy work out in the garage right by the oven, where we can work from the table to the oven. We'll go see how he's doing. I hear saws going out there and fingers being cut off and everything, but that's basically it. One of the things obviously you need for a long piece, this is a 42-inch piece, you need 2 of these, and it's really no big deal to get the second one on here. I found another thing over the years, trying to use the ones that don't, the ace bandages that don't have self-stick capability are not quite as good. And we know a lot of times up in the back here they will tend to crack. Not a big deal. But how nice it is, like when one guy in a club, say, is going to build, now, and a good example is Tom Morris is building those, the John Simpson Cavaliers. How nice it is to be able to mold this. Wow, you saved the balsa forest do them a treat. And believe me, these are lighter. You try to hollow to exactly 1/8 inch wall thickness and you will go through. You will be my woman. Anyway. Thinking of all this sarcastic stuff. Anyway, hey, this one didn't even split. Maybe I'll keep, Percy, I'm going to keep this one for myself, the heck with you. My next project. Anyway, it's not important. They can be bent, they can be twisted. Now we actually, if we could find another ace bandage around here, I ought to get a couple more. Because this time of year I usually start getting people inquiring about it. They start carving up a block and they say, gee, I wonder if one of these Spitfire shells would fit right on mine over. Yeah, you know what, they will. The cardinal bottom fits on all the planes, most of them. And if you have a custom one, if you have some custom thing and you want me to make the mold, hey, it's a good investment. And I'll give you a great price, charge you your first mortgage payment. And then next year when you want to, all you have to do is say, hey Wendy, I need another bottom block. Cool, it's done. Didn't even stop raining yet? Yeah. Let's see, Mike has been out here hammering and kicking wood, and I heard screaming. I think he cut his finger off. Well, let's see the new bench. Oh man, I always love. Look at this. He cleaned up almost all the sawdust. All right. Wow. Manja. You notice in here? Check it out. 3 pipes of curing. Oh yeah. Let's see. We're on the second step of the post cure here. Oh, look at that. Look at the finish on this pipe, baby. Oh yeah. Wow! Whoa! That's a hot. Now that's nice with 2.
That's good.
Fantastic, and I'll tell you. Now the main thing is we have a radio up here. Let's see if we can get. Did he plug the radio in?
Very cafe. Leonard Turner was sitting.
Oh, we got Jimmy Durante on the radio. Fish food down here. I mean, how much better? A motorcycle we never have any time to ride. 1,000 gallons of Power Master fuel. I mean, how much better than this? Mike, this is great. That really looks good.
I once had a blind date.
I'll tell you. Now we just got to bring all the stuff out here and set up to make some pipes.
I was crazy about it.
The unfortunate thing today is we've had this Hurricane Floyd go through here and totally demolish the neighborhood. So it's been a day or so since I got to work on these, but it's always a good idea if you do leave them. You can even leave them in a week if you have to, for longer, it won't even matter. But what I've done is, here's the turtle deck. On the turtle deck one, what I did, I took the 2 shells, I made 2 shells out of 16th. And what I did, I put one right on top of the other, right on the mold, and used will hold aliphatic resin. So when I take this apart, I have the equivalent of a lamination. It's made out of 2 pieces for the turtle deck. Now if this one comes out as nice as I think it will, I'll just make another one, since Percy's making 2 of these, or at least he's ordered parts for 2 of them. You can see how boy, these shells. This is some of the nicest. Look at the grain on that wood. The grain is going right down the center. That is perfect grain wood for this. Trouble is, it's hard to get this quality of grain. You got to buy a lot of wood before you, and especially in 48 by 4. You just can't call up and get 6 pieces and use all 6 of them. This one was so good, it only split the last 1/4 of an inch, which is not a big deal at all. You can see the wood is so soft that this has even left a mark in it here, a little bit of a mark, which will sell after a whole week of battling Hurricane Floyd and basically losing. Looks like we finally got our life back in order and got all the junk out of the fish pond. And we're going to make the big ride up to the Mass Cup. We originally were going to come up for the weekend. Well, Hurricane Floyd took care of the weekend. So this has now become a 1-day contest instead of a 2-day contest. And I don't know even how bad the airport is going to be when we get there, but it's a bright sunny morning and going over the Tappan Zee Bridge, it looks like it's going to be let's hope it's going to be a good day.
Good morning.
Boy, what a mess coming up here. Holy crow. Hold that, sir. It's your turn to win.
Yes, sir.
You look like a Mass Cup winner. Where's that dog? Where's that dog?
He's in the car.
Oh, man. I was thinking about him last night. We watched What About Mary on HBO. What about Jake? Go bring that over to Dave Cook.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Polish it up while you're over there. Waste my time spending half an hour polishing that thing.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I've been going to call you.
Time to see if one of these beautiful pipes is going to work today. Looks like we're going to get some weather.
We got a lot of twigs.
Then we got a couple of prototypes to test, and I don't know if the weather's going to hold up, but we'll certainly find out. We're going to use this day as a pipe testing day, and of course enter the contest and compete, so should be fun. Midgley is here. He's been helping me with some of the tooling, some of the Teflon parts that we've been using for mandrels, from which this pipe was made, and the one that's in the plane that we used at the team trail, so be an interesting day. Famous Bill Hull. Oh, yeah, it does look nice. This is Busso's new design?
New design. It's called the Knockout 60. We made it to CD Max for Capital District Model Airplane Club. This is came out about 64 ounces. It's about 700 squares.
Boy, nice finish.
Nice carbon fiber.
Yeah, nice finish too.
Yeah.
That Bodak knows his stuff, doesn't it?
I only put about 2 coats of clear on. I just ran out of time. The season's over. I think it probably takes 4, maybe 5 coats of clear to get a nice shine.
That looks pretty good right now.
We're pretty good there.
You got enough on there to buff it out. Looks like it anyway.
We buffed it with some of the final shine.
Yeah.
Just got a little bit of that on. We just ran out of time here.
Yeah.
So I was building this about the time
Tail looks big.
when Fitzgerald said thinner is better kind of thing. So I went bigger. This is a 5/8 stick. This is the beefiest tail you're ever going to see.
Now, I'll tell you a funny story. At the team trials, and I asked Fitzgerald, I said, you tested all these tails.
Yeah.
I noticed the tail on your plane is the airfoiled section.
Uh-oh.
He says, oh yeah, there's nothing like an airfoil section. Those flat tails stink. Oh, and we go over to Frank McMillan. Frank, you got a flat tail on your plane. He says, well, those airfoil tails, they stink. As soon as I put a flat tail on my plane, it flew perfect.
Better.
So my conclusion is, here's my conclusion.
Based on the airframe.
Do whatever you like. And my Spitfire has a piece of sheet wood that flies.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Waldo knows. The only one that knows it, he ain't telling anybody. This the new one, Waldo?
Yes, yeah.
All right, Blitz-O-Matic.
You want to see that fly? He's getting closer.
Yeah, he was at
ultimate airplane.
Midgley's contest. He was having a little temper tantrum down there.
You were very helpful.
When I lose my temper, usually you hear wood snapping and.
Wendy,
Yes.
I always had money for the gallon of shit.
Oh, that's why I'm videotaping you.
No, seriously.
Bathing beauty contest is. Let's have the finals here. Am I in it or not? I'm fifth, right? How did I know that? Last! There's the beautiful Mass Cup. Let's see. Where's Midgley's name? 1990 he won. Hey, he's due for a win. Who else didn't win this in a long time? Leon, Wendy.
All together now.
Wendy, Suarez, he won too many times. Suarez, you're out of here. Hey, let me see that. Holy, I just got done writing about this. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
I didn't forget you. Take that out, I gotta see this. I've heard everything about this. I think the flaps are a little small, huh, Woody?
I don't know.
Wow, look at this operation.
I got the bill crank set up.
I'd be making some big flaps for this afternoon. Wow.
I think all in all, there's enough flap area.
I think it's going to take bigger flaps.
Bigger flaps.
Never know.
And a bigger tail. Bigger elevators. This should be 3 inches. Well, how much is that? You got a ruler?
Huh?
Minimum 3, maximum 3, 3.5. What is it?
Most of yours are only 1.5.
Oh, that's half the amount. What do you think? With Aaronstein's twin around, are we going to be safe? How much does it weigh? Did you weigh it up yet?
No, it's not bad.
Not bad? That guy in the circle burners made one out of sheetrock and plywood. That thing was about 25 pounds. I said, what'd you make this tail out? He said sheetrock. Oh, that's not... No, Woody, this has to be bigger. This is not even close. Before you paint it and everything, and this has to be 3 inches. Everything 3 inches. 3 to 2. Just add a piece and blend it in. Because it's a shame after it's painted to have to do that. That's really a bit.
That's why it's up here for people to tell me.
Yeah. And look, Woody, instead of having this,
That's only on there just to make it sit in the truck right. I mean, you know,
He puts it in with his hook.
with the hook. Yeah, everybody liked that hook with the shoes in. What is this, the new short wingspan?
I got some stuff for you.
Oh my God, what happened? Tell me the truth.
Bell crank on the,
Oh,
came out of the
man.
bell crank.
The push rod
Came out of the bell crank.
Wow.
Of course.
The new lightweight motor? Oh my
That's
God,
the back
look
way
at
to-
that.
That was in the front.
A .8 lightweight motor by Woody.
That
Wow.
was in the front of the fuel
And
tank.
now you can use it for a tune pipe tank with that little rivet there. Holy mackerel.
That was in the,
We'll have this fixed by the first round, no problem.
J.
Holy crap. You've been having a bad hair day here. Where's the pilot? He bailed out?
Oh, I got him.
His nose. His nose turned green.
The pilot's squashed? Oh, don't put me in that 238 with those little flops. Oh, no.
Can laugh. Go ahead.
Wow, this pilot.
You got it. Oh, man.
All right, Dave, let's hear it. Boy, did I learn a lesson. I'll never fly this guy's plane again. Holy crap.
Patty Wagstaff taking off over here. Look at this, as we're having a contest, there's a same kind of plane Patty Wagstaff has flying up over, dropping bombs on us. Jerry Byers pilot's still happy after all these years, even after being refinished. Anyway, seems like the guys are having real good luck with Brodak dope up here. We're on Barnes Municipal Airport's property here today, 2 days after Hurricane Floyd. It looks like we got a good turnout for a meet. That's a decent weather here. Jack Petrolia, one of the members of the scale, I guess F2, whatever scale, F3B or whatever it is. Competing in several events as always. Uh-oh. Listen, I'm a Spitfire man. This is gonna have to go.
No.
You're gonna have to put this in a bundle one of the cars and back over it. I'll get Matt Newman on the phone. He'll straighten you out.
Good morning, Mr.
Hey,
The strongest
Mr.
man
Kaczynski.
in with the,
How's everything going, guy? Where's your triplane?
it's home resting today. I thought it'd be windy like it was the last couple of years. So
Nah, it's always nice up here. You kidding me?
last 2 years long.
You kidding me? When they see you coming, they know. They know.
Yep. Okay.
That's where the scale is.
Do we? The full test scale?
No.
Well, that's a card. Video Angel, a proud owner of a new Cardinal kit. How long is it going to take them to make that kit?
All winter.
All winter? Oh, man. I thought he'd have it done for the last contest of the season.
Magnum took me a year and a half.
Well, this will take him 4 years. These pictures he's got. Ooh, there's a good-looking guy. Boy, I'll tell you, if they had a Playmate of the Month contest, he'd be in there. Look at that. Pretty sexy wing. That's nice. He's looking old, though. Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you. Nice hat. When is the filet mignon going to be ready? Soon? Giant beef tenderloins. Hey, the car show is down in Danbury. Did you catch that? On the way up here, we're passing all these cool antique cars.
Except when you can't finish it because of all the cracks that keep coming through.
Yeah, I know the feel. Go look at Strager. Don't get too close to Strager.
Over the Milky Muffler, you can copy that. That's got a cast centerpiece.
Or something. Remember that big one I had when Gunder machined it up?
Yeah.
Flying this at the last. This is the same. He's got two of them that look exactly alike. So I never can tell which is which. This has kind of the stealth pilot. That is the smallest pilot I've ever seen.
It's got the rubbed out under the canopy look.
I'll show that Waldo how to make a pilot. Won't you? Now wait till he comes walking over by the plane. Waldo, pilot, my friend. Oh, looks like Dwayne. I have your money in my wallet. Don't worry, I'll pay you when I see you up at the Mass Cup. Rothman. Where's Rudy?
Let me say this one because the last time he said it about me,
He's so cheap he can't even afford razor blades anymore.
Horizontal Lambada, or whatever.
The horizontal La Bamba?
Lambada. Nah, he wrenched his back the other day.
Really? I thought he might come up.
Nah, he probably couldn't sit, but he's on some good drugs, so.
He's road testing drugs for
He's horizontally testing it. Yeah, I talked to
Well, Rudy, I tell you, you know who your friends are. You hurt your back, everybody's out here making fun of you. Hornet driver. What is this for, an Aussie car, this guy?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Brodak should be selling. Get some cool pilots. There's not really a lot of cool pilots.
Product up except for the wings, fuselage, and tail.
Right.
And the monocle.
And the monocle.
Wait a minute, Chief, we gotta wait.
They have a picture of Dave Cook's wife, and the caption on the picture is "Dottie cuts the cheese." You guys are so mean.
Is she passing gas?
No, Dottie. How can you do this?
No, she going like this, like.
Yeah, and Rachel's going,
Oh!
John McIntyre's pointing a finger at her and laughing.
I'm in trouble now.
Photo caption. Dottie cuts the cheese. Why don't we show it to her?
Oh my goodness. She'll have a good caption.
Oh my
Put it up on the scoreboard.
I got one. Oh my God, new perfume. No, open that one down.
Stand out in the sun. Billy Warrior said if I see any nice shirts with a P47, just grab them off the guy, slap them silly, and send him the shirt.
I'm like you. You don't want to see this with the lights on and no shirt.
Dave Midgley, first official here. Just gave him a launch.
I got a hot sport in it.
It looks like we're going to have us a nice day here, I hope. One is carnivore, not cardinal, carnivore. Very carnivorous design. Anyway, it won't be long before Dave will be paying a visit down to our house. Usually stays 3-4 days, a weekend, whatever. And we're going to try to do some stuff on his equipment for the next season. He's got his new, the Purple Tradition, all set as far as I know. Doing the last coats of the Brodat Clear right now. We should be able to see that next time. He got that on the Hampton video. And it's a beauty. Looks like Dave's getting a nice flight in here in the air. By the way, right now is really nice. Dave Midgley, first official. actually sounds pretty good too. See if we can catch him scratching his private parts or anything. By yourself. Time overnight last night. It was great, wasn't it? That dog is unbelievable. When they set the dog on fire with the extension cords. What?
Fuel in your battery.
And the greatest little half-8 that I have ever flown right here. This is a killer. Yeah, that Armstrong's little half-8 tower. Guess I had to eat a wingtip. Anyway, it looks like the weather's holding out and everybody's pretty much got their first ride. I think Dave got my flight, but I'm not sure. Kind of punky, soft there, a little thermally. Thermals are coming in. Rick Carvel is, I think, retired from flying his own plane, but this would be a perfect spot. Could fly right onto this airport, Barnes Municipal Airport up here. And there's been these little aerobatic things taken off all morning. I guess there's some kind of a meet somewhere. Little like Goodyear races. I haven't been able to get, but I think the only one that looked like a 300. A lot of cool activity going on here. It looks like we're coming up on the end of the first round. The weather's held pretty well. Haven't had any floods. The place looks like it's in great shape, even though on the way up here. As funny as this may sound, we get to the road that we take to get up here, the Sawmill River Parkway, and it's closed because it's underwater. Well, that can be a problem, so I had to stop in a gas station, buy a map. Then when I got in the car and got about 10 miles away, I counted my change and I realized the guy charged me $12 instead of $2 for the map. He gave me change wrong. Decided not to go back. Then we hit all this fog. Then there was balloons. I think I captured one of them. They were doing some hot air ballooning in an open field. What an exciting day. Anyway, it's good to see Bill Hummel's ship. Rodak dope, all cured up. Looks real nice. And it looks like all the guys up in his area that are using it have had no trouble at all so far. Good to see the people using Aeropoxy Light have not had any real problems either. Because you never know when you start selling huge amounts of stuff, You never know when you're going to find somebody who finds a way. And they always do. They find a way to invent something that pretty much puts you out of business. Anyway, because I think Bill and some of the other people are judging, they still have to fly, but I'm not sure how they're going to work it. Now what happens at the end of the contest, the winner of beginner, intermediate, advanced, and expert all get one extra flight in front of the same judges and have this little fly-off for that silver cup. Now I had it last year, but many other people have had it, and it favors the lower skill level people. It's a lot easier for them to come up and score than it is for the advanced and the expert guys. But hey, that's the fun of it, you know. The fun is that you don't know ahead of time. We won it last year with the same plane. I think that was before it crashed even. Not really sure about that crash. Kind of thing I don't want to really remember. Anyway, just a spectacular day. I know they have Dot Cook's picture pasted up on a bulletin board there. Everybody's been writing their own caption, the Dot Cook picture. And we picked up from Glenn and Dawn Taylor a bunch of photos from Stunt News, some nice pictures of the team trials. I picked up a lathe today. I have a lathe Woody Midgley donated. I have about a 6-inch stack of technical things relating to carbon fiber and Nomex that I need to look at. We're going to get ready to start making up some tests for our molded carbon fuselage ship in the near future, certainly before the building season gets here. A lot of cool stuff happening. One more meet left. The circle burner meet. The field is under 4 feet of water today because of the storm. I assume by, I think it's 2 weeks from now. And that will be the closeout contest of the year. The Jets play Buffalo, and on the way home we get to listen to the game. So it makes the ride home a little bit easier knowing that you have something to divert your mind off it. Anyway, and a special thanks to Dave Cook for securing this airport for a new flying site. If it wasn't for that, we would not be able to obviously have this contest, have any contest here. This is a good site. And this is where they'll be holding a Mass Cup from now on. Dick Carvel. There's that mask up right there. I think we're going to waddle over and get some chow. Jim Damerol with his repaired PN out on the field again. Good to see him back competing expert. Dick just bounced the hell out of his landing. Did you do that on purpose, Dick? Bunch of gliders out. It looks like they're going into banjock mode here.
Instead of letting it fly.
You gonna fly the half A later, Bob?
Maybe you'll fly the half A.
I'll definitely fly it for you. Yeah, if you need my expertise.
If you find it pulling too much for you, he'll be going.
Yeah, I'll just let go of the handle.
If anybody's got any idea which way the wind's blowing, let us know.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
I didn't know you were in for track and field. Not sure it matters that much. Not from my point.
Where we get this work now, we can't hear my boss called sitting there.
You all filled? Take care.
Right now,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. bathroom began shaking. I didn't even see that. You wouldn't have seen it, you'd have heard it. Nice picture of a shoe. perfect motor run here for Bill. Nice motor run, Bill. I love that motor. Okay, it's time to go survey the damage. Oh, there's two crashes here. We got one over here. Let's see, let's see. What happened? What happened? Put the lines on backwards.
A couple of factors, though.
Well, you didn't hurt anything, luckily.
Yeah, me.
Yeah. Where's the other piece of the wing? So what's the big deal? You need a spinner and some glue and fiberglass on the wing.
You think that center section together again? I'm gonna buy a new wing.
What's wrong with this one? It broke nice and clean even. Then take that. Oh, you can't take it out because of the lead outs. Alright, now you know how to fix this? What you do is you get that wing in first. Then you have to cut a piece out of the top here and out of the top so you can glass it. And get the other one in.
I have to re-chop the...
No. Just cut a hatch. The thickness of a piece of masking tape. Take it in there and glass it. And then put the hatch back and remonocoat it.
The thickness of masking tape?
No, I don't think there'll be any problem at all fixing this.
Nah.
I mean, nothing that...
Just...
And check around. It looked like that stab fillet there was a little, you know.
Right. Stick everything in here.
Oh, yeah. The trick is hairdryer and... Look at the respect I get! I got a big fat ass and nobody told me about it. That's some weight. Wayne, somebody told me my ass was so big. Finally making up nursery school, huh? Got any more shampoo left for him? Everybody's got film in the camera when Wendy goes to the crap. Everybody got any shampoo or duct tape? Duct tape, duct tape, duct tape. Wait, what was duct tape on the ass rocket shorts? I don't even think I can get out of here. I'm like a turtle that can't get out. That's the best news we've had all day. Well, this is the latest thing. The official Wendy Ertnowski easy to operate lawn chair. Oh God, what a mess. Yeah, don't try this at home. Look at this, it's carbon fiber. Look at this. Look at this. Carbon fiber. Look at these. This must be made by George Spar. Look at this. You know, don't throw this away. We could make some tuned pipes out of that bottom piece. Sit in it, Bruce. It's comfortable.
I'll take it past things.
Yeah. You can make a potty for an adult out of this. You know, you always want one of those potties for your dolls? Oh, man. My legacy. Looks like Patty Wagstaff's out there doing another run-up. Right on our lunch hour, too. Maybe we'll get some aerobatic action going here. Horsepower in that. Yep. Yeah, watch this. He's not going to do any aerobatics by the airport here, though. These things really hot. There's a bunch of them here today. I don't know what the deal is. That one, look, that's a nice paint job in the air, even. I don't know if it's 300 or 260. Well, the dog in What About Mary just fell off the top of the car. We need a replacement dog. Are you willing to be that dog? Now, part of this job is they give you jumper cables and they set you on fire. They throw you out a window, but other than that, it's a good paying job, and you get to be in a big movie. I'm already in a movie. Wendy Videos.
I'm in Wendy's videos.
Wow.
More than one of them, too.
More than one. Wow. And did you ever get Glenn to go back in that box like he was supposed to at the end of last year? He lives in that box now, that old man. That old hunk of flesh. Dave Midgley working on his second official here. And it looks like the breezes are coming up just a little bit from the first. Trying to get some of these body positions under control here. This is a beautiful sight. We're really having a good time here. Olson, second official. Plane is relatively new. Not sure. I know this is a new plane this year, but I don't know if this is the one that was repaired or not. Very colorful, nice colors. Now this field has a strange background. The side of the field where the judges are, the background is open air, and then this side here you can see you use the trees for a background, so it's kind of weird. A little challenging, just a little bit, but certainly nothing that can't be dealt with reasonably. It was funny falling through that chair. That was not staged. Like, the world's funniest videos, they would stage it, but they wouldn't stage it for me. They just let me and my big rear end go right through the chair. Terrible. Ryan Keefer's Revenge. Sarah's Revenge here. By the way, all the people that have their t-shirts now, they all went out. All seem to like Sarah's work, so anybody wants any extra ones, let me know. I'll be putting another order in a month or so. Bruce Olson, second official flight, masked up. You got the leaves in the background. The wind is finally starting to come up here late in the end, almost at the end of the second round. Looks like Dwayne's busy working on his repair here. We'll check that out later, see how he's doing. Definitely repairable, and I'm sure he'll get it back in one piece.
It just made it dead rich, too.
You don't know anything about injection like that.
Nothing.
Rather than fix the plane, Dwayne decided to eat it. Where's my ice cream cone? Ah, you gotta deliver it.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Well, maybe an ice cream cone, you'll get my undivided attention for 30, 40. Not that one. A new one. Even my wife won't buy me an ice cream cone. Karen, he's trying to lead me down the road to being a fat ass again. You see what happens when you eat too many ice cream cones? Show him. Show Dwayne what happens when you eat too many ice cream cones.
You fell to a chair, Dwayne.
Now there's a little rhyme you can tell me. Go, fatty, fatty, 2x4. You can't fit through the front.
That's what happens when you eat ice cream, Dwayne. There goes your stunt career. Boom. Go get me one.
But I'm younger. I can still, my metabolism
You're not that
is a lot
young.
different than yours.
No. No, his metabolism is the same. A year from now, you're going to look like the guy on Star Wars.
We'll go to the bar. We'll see what... No, never mind.
Forget it. I tell you, when we went out to eat that night, he did put his share of food away. This true, Karen, or not?
He's younger than you, remember?
He's a pig. A young pig can out-eat an old pig any day of the week.
But I digested it well, though, right?
I'll bet you did. Go get me an ice cream cone, you bum. I deliver your fuel. I showed you how to sit in a chair properly and not break it. Give you my P-47 shirt. Oh, man. So who won the contest, Dot? What's the caption you've approved? Since you're the judge. Where's that?
Yeah, just for fingers.
Dottie has a problem with the digestion photo here. Where is it?
Right here.
Where is it?
I didn't write anything down.
Oh, that's terrible. How disrespectful. Joan McIntyre's even pointing at you. Hey, nice concourse award. Oh, that is priceless. I think that's just priceless. Look at this.
Isn't she cute? She is. No, they are. She is.
And why don't you read the calorie content on the side and then tell me I should have a...
Who the hell's eating all these carrots? You got a rabbit on board or something? Look at this.
We
Look
girls...
at this. That's what the mass cup is for, a carrot display.
No, we have to eat them for our eyes so we can add right.
Where did you get that? Well, see, women don't put weight on like men. Men put it all in right in the gut.
Oh, we put it all over. Places we don't want to touch.
Doris, if they only would have told me my ass was so big, I wouldn't have sat in that chair.
That was so funny.
I was like the guy on that movie says, why didn't somebody tell me my ass was this big?
And the camera wasn't going.
It was! Midgley ran for the camera like a rat for the leaving his ship. I'm going to duct tape him. Nice concourse award, I'll give him credit.
Carrots in the sink.
They have good taste here. You're saying putsies? Half-A's are all putsy, right? Baloney. Wait till you see this little half-A fly, assuming he doesn't fry the engine. He's got some kind of little trick Russian engine. When he's got the engine screaming, oh, this thing is a killer. This thing does a great little stunt pattern. It's unbelievable. Rob Aronstein's. Now, there was a day in Flushing that Brian Kiefer flew this, and like relative to Brian's body size, this is a 60 ship. It really flies well. What a beauty. As far as I know, though, that when I flew it, he really had the motor screaming. It was like, holy mackerel, 30 grand or something. Flew great. A lot of fun to fly. Could fly it in a hurricane. Little baby solid lines. Now, as far as I know, Rob Aronstein still, I'm going to interview him when this is up. Still hasn't finished his Mosquito twin with retracts. He's been working on that caddy and trying to, God forbid, earn a living. Heaven forbid we should say that. But it's something we're all trying to do, suffer and survive as we go along. Anyway, I don't know if Pete or somebody videotaped that last flight was the flight for the Mass Cup, so. But again, the advanced guys, and they haven't flown yet. And then they take the amount your score went up. So it's really cool. A lot of fun. We always like coming up here. No matter how crazy the ride up here can be. We had to buy a map today to get here. Thanks to, still have some storm damage down by us from that hurricane. But up here it looked pretty good. This is, you have to fly this plane to believe how good it flies. And there's nothing real, it's a foam wing of all things. Just an ordinary, nothing Yokohama mama about it. Just a great little plane. Great little kit if John Brodak ever wants to kit something really cool. This is a good one. Now, I don't know. I've heard the little half-A flight streak's a little killer stunt ship too. Does the whole pattern. They used to have it the Nats up until about the mid-'80s. Used to have half-A stunt. It was a great event. I don't know why they stopped having it, but they always had, Jim Lee always had a bunch of little, Lou Walgast had a bunch of them. The late Bobby Barron had a bunch of them. And God rest his soul, Bobby. We're thinking about you today. I'm sure they'll say something in memory of you at the pilots meeting, at the award ceremony here, but yeah, it looks like we're going to have a motor running out of fuel thing. Needs a tuned pipe. There you go. Use any excuse to sell this guy a pipe. Now that would be cool. Think about it. A half-A on a tuned pipe. Think about it. You could put the whole motor inside the pipe. That'd make it nice and quiet. With the prop sticking out the front. In fact, you could use the pipe for the fuselage of the plane. See, when we start doing that carbon fiber body, a lot of cool things are going to come to pass. We still have to test that bubble jet tank. Haven't tested that yet. Just run out of time with all the loose ends at the rentals and other business ventures that I'm involved in. Just run out of life. I guess he's going for it here. This is a great little plane. Plans are available from Rob Aronstein. Anybody wants a set? He may even give you the wing for nothing. Who knows?
I gotta get home over
So we gather around and we'll get off their runway by 3 o'clock.
Don't forget them these plastic to go on there.
As of Friday, this contest was canceled. And thanks to the effort of Gift, Gift stepped in with Dick and they talked to the airport. The airport canceled us one day, which was yesterday. It was too windy to fly anyhow. And they told us today that we want you guys off the runway by 3 o'clock. We're not sure they meant that, but we're going to try and play that game correct.
if you would like, I'll try to talk to Westover.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah. We'll go ahead, Westover. We would like to keep the proximity so that the New York and Connecticut crowd doesn't... Second place. Oh, wait a minute, yeah. Gary Byers. Oh, that's...
Hey! Don't let it go to your head, Jack.
Second place.
Hey, Hefe Arenstein. You got your wheelbarrow here, Gary?
You need a bigger van, Gary. And we also had a lot to do and everything went well. We thank especially some of the judges from out of state who we keep tabbing, like Bill Hummel and Rob.
Boy, what a guy.
What a guy!
Hey!
Always richer when he goes home.
Turn around, come on.
Hey!
He's the president's spokesperson, Mr. Shuffleoff, I guess.
And pay himself, too.
We're out? Okay.
I would say so.
First place.
Huh? Give him a roll of paper towels. What are you doing? Who's in charge here?
Thank you. Congratulations.
Read the trophy.
Advance slash.
Hey! 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 Barrel Byers.
No more phone. We got enough.
Hey!
Wait a minute.
What do you do? When the mask
Oh,
cup?
okay.
Smile. Old iron pants.
Hey!
Yeah, really. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Turn around. Turn around. There we go. He doesn't have any film in there.
Oh, that's right.
There's no tape in here, it's just...
Second place, Waldo Cargill.
Hey, Waldo!
First place, none other than Wendy.
Oh, boo! Thank you.
Do it in classic or old times.
No, I can't afford 2 planes.
All right, and the concourse for today, for the overall concourse.
Drum roll, drum roll.
Richard.
The winner is... Hey! Come on, let's see it, Woo!
Thank you.
You can keep that when you bring this one back.
Doris, get with him. Can she be with you?
Well,
Hey, Doris, this is going to be on the cover of Victoria's Secret.
Get some.
Okay.
Whoa! Oh, showboat.
and now for the mask cup. Where's the guy with the wheelbarrow again?
Wheelbarrow Byers. Ah! Hey! Woo!
Everything. Gary, how much you got?
Gary, what's the
Fine again.
Hey! Kiss it, Gary. Kiss it. Come on.
You had this, right?
Last. Oh!
Okay, guys, we thank you. It's been a good meet. We got it in under the time limit, and that's thanks to the help of everybody that participated. We'll try and do it again next year. Don't know where it'll be, but we'll let you know.
Thanks to all the officials like Mr. Cook and Mr. Woosley.
Yeah! See, this, look at this guy's got how many plaques today? 4 plaques, the mask cup,
Well, you usually
the
get a
custom
plaque.
car show.
You usually get a plaque with the cup too, but I think
All right.
plaque. So,
Did they have a 50-50 here today?
No.
You probably won that too.
not that lucky.
Now, do you want me to be behind him then?
Yeah, give them the horns.
I'd be like you, Wendy.
Okay, now we want to interview.
airplane.
We want to interview you. Let's know the truth now. Because of Wendy's crash repair video, this plane was crashed,
Correct.
repaired. Full credit goes to Wendy, obviously, right?
Obviously.
Okay.
The wife should get full credit. You made her buff it all out.
No, but she puts up with me, and that's all that matters.
Is that true? Do you put up with him, or until somebody better comes along?
This is Kathy for anybody that doesn't.
Kathy, we know who you are, believe me. This guy is so famous.
But this is the end of Gary in advanced.
You're going to be an expert now?
Yep. Except for the gnats next.
Oh. What do you mean except for the gnats?
I'll fly in advance.
Oh, in advance. You didn't win yet, so okay, so that's legit.
So,
all right. Gary, all I can say is one thing. When you crashed that plane, I said, oh man, he'll be out of the hobby. You showed him what you made out of. Swiss cheese, right.
Oh, wait a second, guys.
I stick you with him.
Where's Dawn? Hey, photo op Dawn.
Well, you take a picture of me.
In return for some video, you think I could get some decent pictures here?
Camera's good for grandchildren.
Come on, look at this. This is our official Pampa photographer, soon to be ex-Pampa photographer.
But you got me without my Nikon.
Thank you, Wendy. I'll give it back to you next year.
No, you won't. Suarez will be here. Good luck. Congratulations.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you.
Good day. Yeah, just another excellent contest. A lot of fun. Special thanks to Dave Cook. Another great job of organizing and whatever else he does, who knows. And Dottie, we tore the picture up. Don't worry, it will not be on the cover of Stunt News. Well, it was a great meet up in Massachusetts. We had a great time. Thanks to Dave Cook and everybody that made it possible. There's only one problem left, and I know this is not going to be a pleasant thing. We've been waiting about a week now to go up to the club field and rescue our field, which was a couple feet underwater. Now, the point is, the fish never seem to mind if it's underwater. I don't know. Maybe I should have been born a fish. But anyway, we're at the end of the summer season. We're going to go up and try to rescue the field if possible. And hopefully, share a great building season with you real soon. We've already got plans started. We've got the beginning of our wing jig started. We're making tune pipes on a regular basis now. The belt cranks are coming out of the molds. They're beautiful. So we have a lot of new parts, a lot of new exciting things to work on. We've already found 4 baby fish in the pond, and it's like the beginning of next year already. And one more contest coming up, the Circle Burner contest, and that'll be the end of our season. Sure, you're not allowed to wash cars anymore. Believe it or not, they haven't lifted the water restrictions yet.
At a car wash you can, because they recycle their water.
Oh, okay. Well, this was all underwater the last time I was here.
We had 4 feet.
Oh my God, Tom, look at the mess
Now we
here.
have free kindling.
This is funny, how the stuff sticks to the fence here. Look at this. The good old Circle Burner field. Here we are on clean. Oh yeah, what a mess. There's still some puddles out there, but it rained last night, so you really don't know. You really can't tell here. Mike has all the tools in the truck, so holy mackerel. Yeah, he's coming. Oh, look at this. Free balsa wood. Oh my God. What are we going to do, make a pile of this stuff?
No, throw it in the woods.
Just dump it? What a mess. Ugh. There's a series of runs where we're trying to zero in on our pipeline, and I also want to make sure. Now I've got the stinger opened up to about 360. I want to open it up little by little by little. I can go as big as about 425 before I have to add material to the mold. But at this diameter, it's relatively quiet even without one of the rubber stingers. And of course, I'm recording all the RPM readings. I'm going to be making the pipe shorter and longer. But I've really got. This, to me, I feel like is a significant accomplishment to get this early in the program, be getting RPM increases that are just unbelievable to me. So I think we have a lot of future in this. I've been running this with the 50 and the 60. I'm not going to do a whole lot of this on tape, of course, but just to give you an idea of what we've been trying to do, and I'm getting with George's prop, which is really a high load prop. I've been getting 11.5s and 11.6s without any problem at all, and a real friendly needle, so it looks like we've really had well, at least this early on, these cone baffles, and again, this pipe here has a cone baffle. One of the things that at about 18 inches, and I measure off the mean average point, which is where this would come to a point, the mean average. What I still want to try, of course, is a pipe with 2 baffles. I don't even think that's necessary. The sound here is just as quiet as about anything. And this pipe, this one here is 35 grams. I may run off and send this one to George real soon. Let George do some testing, see how it works down in the heat of Texas. As we come up on the end of this tape, please, of course, share the tapes. We've had a lot of fun making them, of course. The 280 spigot, George, on the 50 just seems to be a wonderful combination. This motor has been in Jacobone's plane, Mike's plane, my plane, 2 of my planes, and 3 of my planes, in fact. And it's just been a wonderful, nice, friendly little motor. And with this pipe combination, even at 18 inches, I started at 18, I'm down to about 17, but anywhere in that 18 to 17 range, well, it's just gangbusters. So I hope when you get this tape, George, you're going to, give me some feedback. Let me know how these pipes. Another thing you have to be real careful of, the pipe has to always go over a piece of the aluminum. Now, this is a 2-inch header. We're measuring 17 and 18 off a 2-inch header. And also, you have to be real careful now that this part of the pipe is very weak, but you don't need it to be strong here. But back here, you want to try to clamp it as close to that baffle as possible. Within an inch of that baffle would be ideal. And I still want to try the little rubber stinger. I'm always curious. I always add that little rubber stinger and I see a big RPM loss. So, in fact, maybe that's the next part of this test before I shorten it up anymore. These are the ones that are made for 90s. These real large ones, they don't seem to kill it at all. But if you put one of the little ones on that's made for a 40, wow, significant loss in RPM. This doesn't seem to be a problem at all. What I really wanted to find out is on this setup, the air filter cost me about 200 RPM because in effect it's making the venturi smaller. I also went back and forth with the pipe length, and it's very variable here. I've got a range of about 16.5 to 18.5.